Fasten your seatbelts for the realest Eagles and Sixers YouTuber! One who plays no clickbait and gets to the point! The myth, the legend, Nicky Steves! Come to my channel, you know the deal. Yo, boy, always keeps things real. I'm simply statue think they slate, dropping unrealistic mad 2K takes for the clip. Even though cats like that get views closer to the milli, never hear me preach, flip on to Philly. Before you watch the Eagles all the way through to early 22, authentic talk, forget what others do. Come to my channel, you know the deal. Yo, boy, always keeps things real. The 24/7, 365 way. Sports content for the reals that fill the day. We got some big news to talk about today, folks. So we got two headlines coming from the NFL world, and we got a big playoff game later tonight, and we got some news from the Philadelphia 76ers about future plans to talk about. So we still got a few more hours for the Monday night game to determine who the Philadelphia Eagles face in the divisional round as of the time of this recording. Let's get into the news that happened today. First, we're starting off the Dallas Cowboys. 1 week after the NFL season ended, they made the decision to part ways with Mike McCarthy. We kind of speculated, but knowing Jerry Jones, we weren't sure if it was going to happen because you guys remember with Jason Garrett, right? When Jason Garrett was the head coach, and they struggled at times, and they seemed like they kept him past his expiration date as a coach. And we wondered, wait a minute. You know, like, because I remember, like, a lot of Cowboys fans were even pushing for Jason Garrett to get axed. 2017 season when the Eagles won that Super Bowl. There were Cowboys fans like, y'all, one of our division rivals just won their first Super Bowl. How much longer are you going to keep this guy? It wasn't until 2 years later he finally got canned. The point being is Jerry Jones has a history of keeping head coaches he likes longer than they're qualified to stay. But he finally moved on from Mike McCarthy. Five seasons with the Cowboys, 49-35, 2 division wins, 3 division titles. But I feel like part that was due to the talent around them, especially when they had a lot of talent on offense. They had a good running game, good offensive line, good defense. Those 3 seasons, they made the playoffs, won the division 2 to 3 times. That was on the basis of talent, not based on coaching. And then you saw this season, the Cowboys were plagued with injuries to Dak, and they didn't have the same talent around them. Because even then, Dak Prescott, you saw he struggled at times, even when he was healthy, and the Cowboys were like 3-2 or something. They weren't playing great football before Dak's season-ending injury. And McCarthy didn't exactly inspire confidence in this team. So, writing was on the wall from a reasonable standpoint. Now, as an Eagles fan, there's a part of me that selfishly wanted them to keep McCarthy just so they would continue to be the way they are, but I get it. And for the Cowboys, it's a colossal fail. Remember when McCarthy was hired, the Cowboys fans were like, we got ourselves a former Super Bowl champion. He won a Super Bowl with the Packers. This is where we're finally going to break through. Jason Garrett was the problem holding us back. It's McCarthy time. And some, not all, but some Cowboy fans were thinking that way. And for those that were, well, here's your karma. And, well, for the rest of the Cowboy fans, the ones that wanted McCarthy gone, you got your wish. Now, let's see what your owner does next. And now, all with that being said, I'm just going to touch up on it real quickly. The rumors are already starting about McCarthy, that the Saints and Bears are interested, which to that I say, just stop. For me, that's clickbait. And the reason why I say that is pretty much within like an hour or so of the news breaking that they parted ways with McCarthy, which is ironic because ESPN, I saw the TVs at work earlier. ESPN had it on. They had on the Mike Vrabel press conference with him getting hired by the Patriots. And then it was breaking at the bottom, the Cowboys parted ways with McCarthy, while Vrabel's introductory press conference to the Patriots as their head coach was being broadcast. But that's and then like almost within an hour, the rumors are starting. The Saints and Bears are interested. Remember, this is like that was like within an hour, so I'm not buying into any of the rumors. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's crazy. One of my coworkers said that he thinks that maybe the Jets should try to go for McCarthy because of the relationship with Rodgers, which to me, at this point, Rodgers, I don't. If you're the Jets, you just need to blow it up and start over again. I mean, what's Mike McCarthy going to do for the Jets? So I have to respectfully disagree with that take. So you could put him with Rodgers. And yeah, even if Rodgers stays one more season, he's not getting any younger. So just, I don't see how that's going to help. And they brought in all these other familiar faces from Rodgers past in Green Bay, and it didn't work out. I don't see McCarthy being any different. So with that being said, I don't know where McCarthy. I mean, some people will be fooled by the record. They'll be fooled by the 3 playoff appearances, the 2 division wins, the 1 playoff win. Wait, no, it wasn't. Actually, yeah, the 1 playoff win against the Bucs in the 2022 season on the road. Some teams might be fooled by it. Maybe someone will give them a chance, but we don't know yet. As far as the Patriots hiring Mike Vrabel, there have been rumors about it suggesting that the Patriots may be interested in him. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The New England Patriots have hired Mike Vrabel as their head coach 1 week after releasing their parting ways with Gerard Mayo after 1 season. And I speculated last week when they made the move to fire Mayo that maybe he wasn't the real long-term coach, that maybe Vrabel was the guy they wanted. And now this week, with him being officially hired by the Patriots as of today, January 13th, it's obvious New England really wanted Mike Vrabel. He was their guy. They had their eyes in on. It's obvious Kraft has a relationship with Vrabel going back to his days as a player during the early years of the Brady-Belichick era. It's obvious they had their mindset on Mike Vrabel. And considering the past relationship, like I said, between him and the Patriots, it only makes sense. And on paper, Mike Vrabel has a good resume as a coach. On paper, couple division titles, an AFC Championship game appearance. That looks great on paper, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually plays out for the Patriots, who are in a deep rebuild. Well, we don't know. Now, granted, we had a feeling Vrabel would probably get a second chance, but we'll sit to see what happens there. That's another discussion for another time. But it's official. The Patriots hired Vrabel. I believe he was the guy they really wanted, but I guess last year wasn't the right time for them. So they went with Gerard Mayo as his temporary coach till they got their guy they wanted. That was probably their plan. So that's what I think right there. But yeah, and now the last thing I want to talk about mainly is the Philadelphia 76ers. Their plans for the 76 arena, that one has been scrapped. So what's going to happen, I guess, now, apparently the Sixers and Flyers, they're going to kind of have their own arena near South Philly instead. But let's take a look at this. A win-win-win. Officials tout new arena plan over Center City project. It says, after a surprise change of heart Sunday found planners behind a $1.3 billion new Center City Arena project for the Philadelphia 76ers throwing the project away, officials with the city and Philly sports gathered to discuss what happens and what comes next. On Monday the 13th, Philadelphia Mayor Terrell Parker joined City Council President Kenyatta Johnson, 76 owner Josh Harris, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, Comcast Chairman and CEO Brian Roberts, other business sports leaders to discuss 76ers' decision to throw out years of planning and discussion on the arena. Let's get to the main part of it. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So they say, what's the main part? And there's talk about the possibility of them getting a WNBA franchise. That's another discussion for another time. Referring to the city of Philly, I'm not talking about that. So they're moving forward. The journey to the best solution doesn't always go in a straight line, Harris said, but I'm certain that today we have found an incredibly positive solution for Philly. It said, here's what it is. Until recently, Josh Harris, co-owner of the Sixers, said that the team had planned on, quote, going in a different direction, unquote, But he said that over the last 2 weeks, talking with Comcast, they decided to work together on 2 projects instead of one. A new home for the Sixers and Flyers and a venue for concerts and events in South Philly in an effort to revitalize Market East. I guess they realized that center Philly wasn't going to work for them. A lot of the residents weren't happy. People in Philly weren't feeling it. It was going to mess up the shopping mall vibes, It was going to mess up center Philly the way it's already set up with the shopping malls and the businesses, etc. So they just decided not to go in center Philly, which I think is the best move. If you can't build an arena in center Philly that's going to work, doesn't fit into that market, just change it up, go in a different direction. So I think that's a good move by the Sixers. We'll see what happens. There's more discussion about this another time. That's all I got for you for now. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Vikings and Rams. I'll be back to talk about it another time once we have an opponent set. So that being said, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, drop a like, subscribe. Until next time, your boy Nicky Stees signing off. Peace.